Okay folks, this is Tony Aguilar and we're out here outside of the garage. This is my airbrushing area, in case you couldn't tell. This is where I do my Jackson Pollock type stuff. But you can see the area that I spray paint on also does not have any crud on it. So just like inside, we're careful. But anyhow, getting back to what we're here for, this is the unboxing on the Dremel Fortiflex. This is something I've wanted for a long time. I don't have a Dremel. I got an off-brand one that my wife got at a garage sale many years ago, and it's kind of a pain to use. So I've wanted to get a Dremel for a long time, and if you're gonna do a Dremel, I figure I'd do it right. And this is a device that Dremels normally, I think their minimum speed is way too fast for what I need for the hobby stuff. So I think their minimum is like 5,000 RPM. That's way too fast. And this one actually allows you with the pedal to go down to basically hardly any speed at all. And plus it is basically a hand attachment. So it's a whole set. It comes with this stuff right here. If you flip to the back, it comes with the Fortiflex tool, and along with the foot pedal, several attachments here, and you know, we're going to do an unboxing and see what this is all about. Hopefully this is something that I'll be able to use in the future for my hobby endeavors. And anyhow, let's take a look at it. I did cut this, and that's as far as I got. And I'm like, you know what, let's just film it, and maybe this will be value to somebody. Maybe some of you guys that are hobbyists like I am, doing miniatures and stuff like that. You can kind of see what my take is on it, not someone who's going to use it for, you know, more industrial purposes. So let's just take a look and see what's inside. And actually it came like this. We have the actual tool. That is very heavy, and this is actually made to hang from somewhere. So we've got our bicycle hook that we want to hang this from, and the foot pedal, accessories of course. Foot pedal, pretty good size. And I have a great painting area in my room. I don't have a great work area in the garage. It's just one of those things. I do at least have a dedicated work area. We got some extra bits come here. Got some extra things. I kept all the ones that came from the second tier type thing. 14-piece accessory set, assembled in Slovenia. There's a place you don't hear from very often. An Allen wrench and the tightening tool also. I assume this is going to work for me. If not, it's going to go back. Some kind of a mount here, and drill bits, and of course the instructions. So let's get rid of this box. Let's get rid of it. Let's move it off to the side. I've watched a few videos on this, and let's see what we got here. Safety rules. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a lot safer when you have these slow speed things. There's a mounting bracket and hex, and the hex key. This is the bracket for that. It's made so you can attach it to the wall. We won't be doing that. We've got a bicycle hook thing that we've got there. It's perfect for that. I think it's, as long as it's the right height, it should work fine. Okay. So installing the flexible shaft of the motor unit. We're going to got the motor unit and the flexible shaft, which is here. Okay. Remove the handpiece by firmly pulling from flexible shaft. Oh boy. It says remove on here. Let's see. We need wrench and tighten. And just so you know, some of this may be edited for content. This is not one of my typical videos that I know what I'm doing. I am not a tool guy. Okay. Install flexible staff to motor unit. Remove handpiece by firmly pulling from flexible staff. From flexible shaft. Okay. So that's it right here. Loosen set screw on inner shaft collar with hex key provided. Okay. We're going to loosen this. Lefty loosey. Okay, we see some of it coming out right here. That should be good. Align the set screw to flat on motor output shaft and push inner shaft collar fully on. Okay, so this is the shaft. There should be a flat spot on it. Okay, here it is. And we're going to push this all the way on. Okay. Tighten the set screw and secure it. Okay. Tighten the locking collar by rotating it counterclockwise until it's snug against the motor housing. Alright, we're going to just feed this back in. Counterclockwise, huh? It even says remove this way, so we're going to do the opposite. I don't want to rotate this thing and have the inner thing under alignment, unaligned in there, have a mess in there with a bunch of torque. We'll just turn this whole thing on here. We'll put this. Okay. Can't turn it anymore, but it's not super tight. Okay. To connect motor unit to power with on and off switch in on and off position, foot pedal unplugged. Okay. Let's take a look at something here. On, off switch. Okay, just to make sure that off is this way, on is that way. So 0 is off, and that's on. So we're going to leave this off. All right, go back here. Connect motor unit to power, on and off switch in off position, and foot pedal unplugged. Plug power cord from motor unit into variable speed pedal. Okay, so this actually goes. And I'm curious, actually, if this pedal is useful with other tools, because if it is, that's freaking awesome, because this should be able to go down to a crawl, kind of like what you can do with a drill. So we're going to plug this into the foot pedal that's over here. We're just going to plug it in right here. All right. On and off switch in off position, foot pedal in free position, plug variable speed foot into wall outlet. Well, we don't have a wall outlet, we have an extension cord that's plugged into the wall outlet. Okay, and we don't need a lot of cord here because we have this cord down here on the ground, which I use my airbrush. This is my airbrushing station. And right behind the camera is the outdoors, it's my driveway. So I'm going to put this on the ground. Oh, we may need to loosen this up a little bit. If this doesn't do what I want it to do, it's going back, so I'm kind of being kind of careful with all this stuff. I hope it doesn't. I hope it works. I hope it does exactly what I want it to do. Okay, so we're now plugged in. Okay. Warning, you not plug the motor directly into the wall outlet. Interesting. always plug the motor unit into the output connector of the variable speed foot pedal. So I guess this isn't made to use directly from the outlet, although you can. It says not to do it, but you only have one speed and it's probably way too high. Okay, mount the motor unit, start by securely fastening. Okay, we should be able to mount up there. Feed this through here, feed this over this way, and it's just a tiny little bit too high. It's a tiny little bit too high. I just kind of have a rudimentary, show you what we're looking at here, just hanging from the hook right here. That hook is plenty strong for it. It's heavy, but it's not that heavy. Just a tiny little bit too high. So if this ends up working, we may have to adjust that down somehow, but it'll at least work to test to see if it's working. Okay, so we're going to, where's our X-Acto knife? Cut that. Yeah, it's just a tiny little bit. I mean, if it came down like 4 inches, it'd be perfect. I bet I could probably just put a shackle on it, bring it down just a little bit. Okay. Installing and removing accessories. Okay, that's what we use, a little chuck thing, which I watched in the video. Make sure you don't lose that. So it's got it's just a 3-prong jaws. You can open it up and it should be able to. I think you pretty much have to do this way. Let's start off with, do you have something grindy? Yeah. Let's use something grindy to test it with. See this thing right here. Interesting. You can't twist this by hand, okay? Because the whole thing rotates with it. You literally need to use this tool. It's kind of a little slow going. We good yet? No, we need to open up some more. It's hot as shit out here, just for the record. All right, we're going to tighten this thing back up. Okay. Installing and removing accessories, operating speeds. Turn the tool on and off. Okay, well, let's hold this in our hand. Okay, so we're on. Our pedal's down here. And let's see what we got. Oh man. This is good. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. I might have to do this barefoot. Excellent. And yeah, Yeah, I've got glasses on, but we're not doing anything major. Okay, so far so good. If you're not pressing on that pedal, nothing's going to happen. Yeah, here's instructions here on slower speeds. Slow speeds, 15,000 RPM or less, usually best for polishing operations. All the stuff I'm going to be using is using this really slow. I don't know if I'm even going to add a shackle to it. I think it's probably right where it needs to be. Yeah, tells you what information on the mandrels and different ones to use. These things are amazing. These cutting wheels, you can go right through steel and everything. So, yeah, so anyways, lots of instructions, another language and everything. I'm pretty impressed actually with how quiet this is. I could almost use this indoors if I wasn't going to create a lot of stuff that was going to pollute my house. You know, I plan on grinding metal with it. One of the reasons I got this was so I could cut some things out of metal and polish the edges of them. I don't want all those metal filings inside the house. So far, this has a lot more control than, say, an airbrush. As far as the airbrush, the throw on it is very, very short. This one's a little bit longer. So, yeah. So this setup isn't too bad for now. You know, and it just dangles kind of out of the way. It might actually be the right height. I'll just have to start messing with it and see if I like it here. But this may actually work, so I'm not going to jump to conclusions. If anything, probably like 2 inches shorter would probably work. It's not much, because you don't want it to be like resting here where, you know, you can't look, you can't hurt yourself if you don't reach yourself. So that's kind of handy. Not that I'm really prone to doing self-damaging things, but it's kind of a nice thing. So yeah, anyhow, just a little unboxing here, and hopefully this is something I'll be able to use in the future and do other videos. By the way, this is my outside workstation, so I'm probably in the future going to be doing some airbrushing videos. Again, just for noobs, some stuff that I've kind of learned along the way. I wasn't planning on doing it, and then I saw some airbrushing videos for dummies that some folks did, and I'm like, yeah, I can do a lot better than that. There's a lot of misinformation out there, so I'm kind of new at airbrushing, but I figure there's some stuff that maybe you guys will find interesting that will help you get started. My airbrushing setup is right down here. My compressor and the airbrush, and you know, we'll probably do some videos on that as well. As you can see, it's in between the lawnmower and all kind of stuff here, but this is my paint area, so for outside airbrushing. So anyways, hopefully you found this video interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe for other hobby stuff, and we'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.